Hey everybody, it's Chris here. Um, well, it's been a while since I checked in with anyone, and I'm sorry for that. I just want to come out once again and just maybe help everybody to understand what's going on. It's hard for me to know where to begin sometimes. During these times, these events are happening. A lot of us are becoming a little bit afraid. A lot of us are becoming just pretty concerned about what's going on in the world. I'm sure many of you see the trouble that's coming. And I first want to just encourage everyone that during these times, we need to ask for help from God. And I know some people, a lot of people don't believe in that, but I can tell you that without a doubt, if you're gonna find any help, if help is gonna come your way, it's gonna come from God. And I understand people will say, like, well, why would God let all this happen? But a lot of the stuff that's happening, most of the stuff that's happening, all the stuff that's happening is happening because of decisions that humans are making, and things that humans are doing. And so, God gave us free will, and He's allowing humans to exercise their free will. And those of us who are here trying to follow what God asks us to do, we suffer because of the choices that other humans make. But just remember that what God tells us to do is really, love your neighbor as yourself. Take care of each other. Obviously there are some hard and fast rules that we're supposed to follow in order to have a good community, in order to have a good society, in order to have peace among us. We're supposed to, not kill and not steal and not cheat and not lie and or tell the truth. And then, treat others fairly. Seek justice for widows and orphans. Help the poor, help the sick. These are all things that we're supposed to do. But beyond that, we're supposed to love each other, take care of each other. And if you really go back and think about what's going on in the world, humans were put here to be caretakers of this garden, of this planet. This planet was a garden with all of the animals. It is a creation of God's, and really it's a beautiful place. And our role here was to be caretakers. We were supposed to tend to the garden, take care of the animals, take care of everything. And not only have we failed at that, we failed at taking care of each other as well. And So why does God allow all this to happen? I can't answer all the big questions necessarily, but in some ways, I just think free will. We have free will, and God's allowing humans to do as they will, but God also has consequences. There's going to be consequences for all of us, for everyone. And if we think about what we've heard about what God does, God can be very strict. God is very strict, and He's not So here's the point, everybody. You know, I wanted to encourage everyone that if you're feeling scared, you should first just like really pray to God, you know, because these times are really scary times. And I'm telling you, the only way you'll find peace is if you just pray, just ask God for help. You know, just say, "Dear God, please help me." You know, it doesn't matter if you didn't believe in God ever before. You know, if you come to that point where you're terrified, where you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn, you gotta just pray. You just gotta pray to God and ask for help. And then the other thing, you know, the other advice that I was given was that we're gonna have to take care of each other in these times. We're gonna have to become like a family. We're gonna have to take care of each other, like one big extended family. And you know, the way I see this is I mean, some really hard times are coming. Famine, war, and an authoritarian government. The rise of an authoritarian government that's more brutal than anything that we've seen before. Famine and war and authoritarian government. That's what's in store for us. But those of us who turn to God for help, God might help us. God might help us. I don't know, honestly. If you have seen my previous videos, you know that God has spoken to me from time to time in the past. Not very often. In fact, it's pretty rare. But from time to time, God speaks to me. And He warned me of all this stuff that was coming, and I did try to put out a warning. I probably didn't do enough. You know, and I can only apologize for that I probably didn't do enough, and say I'm so sorry if I you know, I really didn't reach out enough. I put out some videos and I tried to speak to people, and most people just called me crazy, but I should have just kept trying. But whatever the case, He warned me of famine, war, and authoritarian government, and He gave me this advice that people are going to have to come together, and we're going to have to get out of the cities, and we're going to have to basically set up camps. Just head out into the wilderness. Just trust that God will take care of us, and head out into the wilderness. And when we get out there, we'll set up camps, and we'll grow food, and we'll find food, and we'll work together, and we will survive away from the cities. Get out of the cities. That's the big thing. But then recently God spoke to me again very briefly, and He was very angry. And it was almost like He was frustrated with me and with all of humanity, and He basically said to me, like, "What are you doing?" He said, "I can't even stand to look at you right now. You're such a failure." He said, "I should just throw you all out. I should just cast you out, and all the people who might have been saved along with you. I should just cast you all out." And I immediately started begging Him not to do that. And He didn't say whether He was or not. And at this point, all I can do is hope and pray. And I've been just praying every day, just, "God, please forgive us. We're so foolish. I'm so foolish. I'm so sorry." I don't know what to say, people. I don't know what to say.